Lady Business. I'm Rebecca Whitehurst.
And I'm Jenny Grace.
Hi! Your news on the rag.
Presented to you monthly for biological reasons.
Tonight, why Gabby Douglas can't have it all. And Shut It Down 2012, your election coverage for women's issues.
And Paul Ryan makes Ayn Rand cry.
Well, Jenny, feminism has been in the news lately.
Truth.
Recently, Time magazine published 2 cover articles on women's issues, The Richer Sex and Are You Mom Enough? That cover was really quite something.
I don't see what the big deal is. Looks like a fun Thursday night to me. Love me some suckling.
Also, The Atlantic recently came out with a controversial article by Anne-Marie Slaughter. Can women have it all, Jenny?
Well, on a particularly debaucherous night in Amsterdam, there were these twins. Well, clowns, actually. Well, clowns in training.
Also, recently,
Now, everyone knows about ToshGate.
no.
Well, comedian Daniel Tosh silenced a heckler by saying it would be hilarious if she were gang raped.
Oh my word.
And poor Louis C.K. got caught in the crossfire inadvertently defending him. Now, I was all about Louis' response to this up until the very last thing he said.
Stereotypically speaking, feminists can't take a joke. And stereotypically speaking, and comedians, see?
To this I say, hey, Louis, how many comedians does it take to screw in a light bulb? 2. One to change the light bulb and the other to lick my furry brown minge. I think that would be fun. Plus, I could finally get the light in the foyer changed.
In international news, after a 6-month stalemate, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma became the first female leader of the African Union. And in Mexico, at the set of this legislative period, the lower chamber will have, for the very first time, a total of 186 female representatives. That's 37.2% of the House.
And that's nearly double the percentage of female representatives in the U.S.
And in Guwahati, India, a teenage girl was sexually assaulted in public by over a dozen men. When no charges were filed, the many witnesses took to Twitter. After 5 days, charges were finally brought on 11 of the 12 attackers.
And in Iran, universities have announced that nearly 80 subjects will be closed to female scholars. Nobel Peace Laureate Sharim Ubadi believes this to be a backlash against Iran's emerging feminist movement.
Well, Twitter tweeters will be all over that.
Good one, Rebecca.
Thanks, Jenny.
And in sports, 2-time Olympic gold medalist Gabby Douglas has garnered a frenzy of consternation and support over her hair?
Wait, I thought the Olympics were about athletic excellence.
Yes, but Rebecca, all those clippies. Wait, Rebecca, you were a gymnast.
Oh,
Why all the clippies?
in order to keep the hair out of your face when you do this.
Ridiculous. Almost as ridiculous as trying to take Ruth Bader Ginsburg down a peg by criticizing her split ends.
Or asking Secretary of State, Hillary Rodham Clinton, who her favorite designer is.
Oh. Wait.
Moving forward, our segment, Shut It Down 2012.
Junk chunk. Your women's issues, election coverage.
We're in the home stretch of the presidential election.
November 6th, vote!
Well, let's look at what's hitting the headlines.
Rebecca, take cover. There's a war going on.
Is it the Fritz? Are we going over the top?
Wrong war.
Oh, Afghanistan.
Yes. And apparently, there's a war on women.
A war on women?
If it's a legitimate rape, whole binders full of women.
It makes her a slut, right? Makes her a prostitute.
Wow.
Both parties seem to be courting quite heavily the female vote, even as they deny that WOW exists.
Take, for example, the breathless media coverage of Ann Romney's RNC speech and First Lady Michelle Obama's DNC speech.
Both ladies tried to humanize their candidates, giving humorous and heartwarming stories about the men that they fell in love with.
Michelle spoke of the rusted-out car that Barack would pick her up in, and Ann spoke of Mitt's ironing board that he used as a dining room table.
Many similarities in content.
In delivery, not so much.
Ann Romney captivated her audience, and Michelle Obama deftly interwove personal stories with policy.
Yeah, to me, Ann Romney just seemed a little bit too excited. Which reminds me of another wealthy socialite
There is nothing wrong with being a wealthy socialite.
who has trouble relating to the working class.
But Ginny, Ann Romney loves women.
Oh, she does.
Yes, absolutely. She said so.
Okay. But does she really?
I love you, women! Now, I agree with basically everything in the GOP platform, except when it comes to women's issues. In this section, The Sanctity and Dignity of Human Life, the GOP platform argues for government that will not fund or subsidize health care that includes abortion coverage.
Moving on to the issue of equal pay.
In what new ways do you intend to rectify the inequalities in the workplace, specifically regarding females making only 72% of what their male counterparts earn?
In 2009, every single Republican congressman voted against the Paycheck Fairness Act. This would have allowed for punitive damages for pay discrimination and barred companies from retaliating against workers who even inquire about pay disparities.
So when my style icon, Ann Romney, says that she loves women, she really means...
Well, it's like when I say that I love animals while eating foie gras, wearing my chinchilla beret, and my Lady Gaga meat shorts, while betting on a puppy death match. Sorry. Gotta take this. Hello? Hi. Well, I am surprised to hear from you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Rolling in your grave, huh? No, he isn't here right now, but I will try to give him the message. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Bye.
Who was that?
Oh, well, that was Ayn Rand telling Paul Ryan to fuck off.
Which brings us to Atlas Winced.
Junk, junk. The media has been gushing about Paul Ryan's love, in fact, admiration for
Ayn Rand. Oh my God, I love her. She changed my life. She's the reason I entered public service.
Yes, he actually said that
At an event to celebrate the 100th anniversary of her birth.
in that exact voice.
He also stated in a speech to the Atlas Society that her books inspired his belief system.
You know what's so funny about that, Rebecca?
No, what?
Paul Ryan has stated that he is as pro-life as a person gets. He has voted 59 times while a representative on reproductive rights. Every single vote has been pro-life. Ryan has co-sponsored 38 separate measures in the U.S. Congress that restrict abortion. The National Right to Life Committee has consistently given Ryan a 100% pro-life voting record.
So,
Well, funnily enough, his idol, Ayn Rand, the champion of individual rights, doesn't particularly agree with him.
that is true. She actually states, abortion is a moral right, which should be left to the sole discretion of the woman involved. Morally, nothing other than her wish in the matter should be considered. Strangely enough, my Republican Party thinks that Ryan is going to be good for the ticket, especially for women voters. I really can't fathom that. Can you, Ginny?
What?
Ryan's anti-LGBT stance, his anti-Planned Parenthood, anti-abortion.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. He couldn't even vote for the slam dunk moral choice that was the Lilly Ledbetter Act. I mean, what is it about this guy that they think that women will like? I mean, he comes within 10 feet of a vagina and he's... Humana.
They tried to mesmerize you with his P90X abs.
Damn them. Every time!
I see what's happening now.
What?
Paul Ryan is that jock from high school who used to shoot cats with his BB gun and gay bash the Glee Club. But he could always get a girl to go with him to prom just by slapping my buttocks and saying he'd pick me up at 8 and not getting there until 45 minutes late.
Paul Ryan is the Biff Tannen from Back to the Future. And now a cartoon.
Welcome, traveler.
Surrender, egg. We have entered this entity by force and mean to penetrate your walls.
I see.
You are useless to defend yourself from our advances.
True, except for Marcy.
Marcy?
Marcy.
No, please, I have a family. And that is how a woman shuts it down.
For this month's Lady Business Book Club, we have Caitlin Moran's More Anthology and Naomi Wolf's Vaginas, a biography.
In her last book, Caitlin Moran spent an entire chapter naming her vagina. Now she talks politics and the world at large. Naomi Wolf, not to be outdone, has spoken about how to be a revolutionary and the end of America. Now she has spent an entire book talking about vaginas everywhere.
Your move, Caitlin.
For our Lady Business Heroine of the Month, oh solo mio, oh Soledad
O'Brien. For handing out a can of factual, balanced, well-researched whoop-ass on a regular basis.
I understand that this is a Republican talking point because I've heard it repeated over and over again, and these numbers have been debunked, as you know,
no,
by the Congressional
Budget
Office. Yes, they have.
Rachel Maddow, you have a permanent gold star tattooed on our hearts.
Yes, Miss Maddow, you and Mitt Romney and I all went to the same alma mater. And, well, although I disagree with you politically, as a journalist, you're my heroine. So if you could come on our show,
Rebecca.
Just please,
Rebecca.
come on our...
Rebecca. Restraining order.
Well, that's our show.
Thank you for watching Lady Business. And now, Pussy Riot!
Чем больше арестов, тем больше счастья. А каждый арест с любовью к сексисту. Начнувшему щеки, как груди живот.